Hey everybody, welcome to the weekly Oracle card reading for the universal energies that are affecting all of us the week of May 2nd. And we are using again my new deck, Wisdom of the Oracle. This is my most popular deck so far, and I'm so excited to be doing this for you every week. Now, we are absolutely in Mercury retrograde finally. I know I said it last time and we weren't. And this week, it's really about looking at the structure of our lives. So I want to tell you all 4 cards, and then I'm going to tell you the storyline that they're suggesting that are going to be influencing us this week, and suggesting things to think about and apply to your personal life, as well as the collective. So it's an interesting week coming up. So the first card is why. The second card is flexible. The third card is serendipity. And the fourth card is no place like home. So what does that mean? So if you start the week with motive in mind, so at the foundation of absolutely everything that you choose to do is a motive. There's an emotion, there is motion, there's energy that gets set in motion, and then we have something that moves it forward, which is the motivation. So we want to look at, why are we doing anything that we do? What's the motive behind our choice? That's going to be really clear if we're committed to personal growth or personal evolution this week and coming into this awareness of self, right? That's what this is for. And always Mercury retrogrades, we're asked to look over things, slow things down, and observe. So the next card is flexible. So once we've figured out the motive for something, then we have to release it. And we have to be flexible around the outcome. Because if we have a motive at all, it means that we want something to happen as an outcome. And if we're looking for a specific outcome, sometimes we get hung up on form. So Mercury retrogrades in Taurus, and that's about form. So what we want to be sure is that we're allowing ourselves the flexibility to allow spirit to decide the form. Now we can have our wants and our desires, we can have our goals and ambitions, but ideally we want the essence of that thing and the motive behind it to be in alignment with that essence, and then we have to allow spirit to deliver it to us, okay? Serendipity is exactly that. So then we start noticing, and the more you notice this, the more it happens. When you see almost lucky events that come together, because serendipity is that fortunate synchronicity. It's not when things come together for something that's going to be painful. No, this is something that comes together that's fantastic. So how do you, when you get real good clarity and you get into alignment with your highest good and your highest motives, and you've turned it over to spirit, and all of a sudden kerplowy, things line up, and then you start noticing those signs and symbols and people coming together and phone calls and letters, and you didn't set them in motion. You have to remember that. You're not the one exactly that set that emotion. You set that emotion in partnership with spirit. You were part of it because you had a motive, and you move things along, but spirit delivered it. And at the end, no place like home tells us that we land then. Then we land in true faith. We start to really land in this partnership. When we're at home in our skin, knowing that we have a service that will be led by spirit towards that, we'll still take action. Of course, we need self-will. We need to be able to choose every day and exert ourselves on behalf of spirit to make those things happen. But ultimately, what this is saying is that it's a combination between us and spirit, and that's where we find home. When we aren't afraid, we're not worrying about financial insecurity, we're not panicking about whether the future is going to happen or not the way we plan it. What we're doing is we're staying so present to the essence and the motive, and we're making those things come alive. Thank you so much for listening, and this is going to be quite an interesting week. So don't forget, stay aware this week. Don't be afraid to check your motives. I think a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I better not check that. I want what I want, the way I want it." But what if you don't want it for the right reasons? And you got to allow yourself to see that this week without judging yourself harshly, because you get to start again. There's always second, third, and fourth chances in this world. So be aware, be clear, get in alignment, and know serendipity is going to come together once you get yourself clear and clean, and then you start to get at home in your skin and at home as the master manifester that you are. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and share this one with your friends. And don't forget to leave a comment. I will comment back. Bye.
Traveling down the road, I didn't know that I was lost. I had tried too many shortcuts, and the cost left my heart broken. So I had